My name is Molly. I grew up in a small rural community called Macheke in Zimbabwe. As you may know, Zimbabwe is one of the poorest countries in the world, with the majority of the rural population having to navigate some very difficult circumstances on a daily basis. Given all that turmoil, they still lie a good-spirited people. They are hardworking, determined, faithful. And I know this with conviction because it is also my story. Let me take you back to January 13, 1981. It seemed as if I had been waiting forever for that day to come. I had heard from others that school was a place where you learn new things. And all of a sudden, my day had arrived. I woke up early, eager to go to school, and it was going to be my first day of first grade, along with my first friend, my brother Farai, who is just 10 months older than me. My dad drove us in our Peugeot 404 station wagon, and as we got to school, my heart filled with deep pride because very soon I would actually be part of that sea of blue. With my dad's hand in mine, I led him to the headmaster's office so we could register. The headmaster processed my brother's registration. Then he looked at my dad and said, "Well, since Moline is only 6 years old, I have to give her a test to see if she qualifies to begin school this year." So he asked me to put my hand up in the air and reach for my left ear as a test to prove that I was big enough to actually be in school. With the brightest beaming light, I put my little hand up and I started to stretch and try to get to my left ear. And I tried and I tried and I tried and I couldn't get to my ear. The headmaster looked at my dad and said, "She's going to have to give another attempt next year for first grade." I know. And at that time, Nyazema Primary School did not have enough room for one more black child. There was a school down the street named Macheke Primary School, but that school was not an option for me because it was built for the local white farmers and their children. In any case, with tears heavy in my eyes, I waved bye to my brother as he disappeared into school. My dad took me back home, and on the way he reassured me that one day my turn would come. Sure it did. 1982, I was able to start first grade. And 34 years later, and so many stories in between, I earned a PhD in sustainability education. So allow me to reintroduce myself as Dr. Molly Madziva. Certainly, my narrative would not be meaningful if I do not advocate for that young child in present-day Macheke. In today's Zimbabwe, based on the research I've been doing, many children will be denied access to early education because their parents may not have enough money to pay for their school fees. And we're talking just $25 to cover for the whole semester. There may be not enough books and materials in the schools, and the educators themselves, these deeply hardworking people, may not have the resources they need to sustain. The work we are doing with the Macheke Sustainability Project seeks to change that story. There is an African proverb that says that however long the night, the dawn will break. He is hoping that you meet us here and together we can walk each other home. Tatenda.